With the success of Superman, who is going to be in the Batman? So today I just want to talk about, first thing I gotta say, welcome everybody. I just want to talk about Batman and James Gunn's universe. And I kind of want to just talk about why I think Robert Pattinson should just be the Batman in this universe and not do like an Elseworld thing. First thing I want to say about why is because I feel like it's going to be a little more confusing. And the other thing is too, is we already have an established Batman that everyone likes. So why do another one? What if this Brave and the Bold movie, this Batman in this movie is not good? You know, like, everyone doesn't like this Batman, which is a really scary thought to have going into it, because then it's like, do we stick with this Batman, or do we just say, that was a mistake, this is the Batman? So that's kind of what my headspace is too. It's like, what if the Batman Part 2 is really, really good, and it just makes $1 billion? Do you guys then say, do you commit to the Brave and the Bold Batman? Because there's also rumors that Henry Cavill might play the Batman and Brave and the Bold, which would be cool. But I'm just sitting there thinking, like, to me, it's like the way that they set up Robert Pattinson's Batman, it's so opposite of David Cornsweet's Superman, and it works out so well. Like, in my head, I literally can picture it. It's like that comic image of Batman and you have Superman, and it's just they're both like having their backs to each other on top of a building, but it's like the opposite. You could do that so easily with Robert Pattinson's Batman and David Cornsweet's Superman. And that's how I keep looking, and I just keep thinking about it in my head. I'm like, this makes so much sense to me. Maybe I'm just delusional, but I see a lot of people also say the same stuff. They're like, we have our Batman, and they're about the same age, and I think the way that we saw the character development with Robert Pattinson's Batman in The Batman would work so well with David Cornsweet's Superman. And I guess the only thing is, it's like, why has all these weird things happened to like Gotham in the Batman's movie? Which, yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm just saying, you could easily just kind of just avoid that, or like hint at it a little bit. There's a lot they could do with it to make it make sense. Like, maybe the villain for the Batman Part 2 is more of a fantastical creature. Then you're like, oh, okay, there it is. Something like that. That's how I'm looking at it. The second thing is grounded Batman. Everyone keeps saying that's why it's grounded. He's a grounded character. We can't do it. But it's like in the freaking comics, Batman is literally grounded compared to all the rest of them. And he is arguably probably the best character in Justice League, because he's the smartest guy and he knows how to defeat the enemies pretty easily because he has brains. I mean, I'm not saying the other ones are all stupid, but it's like, it's freaking Batman. Everyone understands it's Batman. He is trusted literally from the Justice League. If any of them, betrays them, he can easily defeat every single one of them because he knows how to. So that's kind of in my headspace, that's kind of how it is too. It's like the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman would just be so much fun. I know he's grounded, but I think that's a cool thing to have. That's another beautiful thing about having this Batman and then this Superman. They are polar opposites in two different worlds, which I think is just so much better, that I would think it'd be fun to see Robert Pattinson's Batman and David Cornsweet's Superman meet each other for the first time. And they've both been on this for about 3 years. It said in both their movies, it's like 3 years into it, I think, or maybe the Batman's was 2 years. It's been a while since I've seen the Batman, so I could be totally wrong about where the timeline is, but it still could be fit. It could still fit for this. It's just like, to me, it makes so much sense to try this out because you already have these established characters. When you talk about grounded characters, and if you want to compare it like the MCU, almost every single character we met in the first phase was grounded characters besides Thor. Like Captain America and Iron Man didn't have powers. I mean, Captain America had the superhero serum, and I guess, and then we have the Hulk. But what I'm saying is, like, the fantastical elements of these kind of things, those are just generic superhero things. And then you got Iron Man, who is Batman, except
take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
he wears an iron suit. It's like, why can't DCU just do that? Like, DC could easily do that, and then it's like, bam, problem solved. And with Robert Pattinson's Batman, I mean, and the thing is Robert Pattinson gonna be down to do a giant universe? If he says no, then stick with option B. But if you have the Batman, or Pattinson's in this world, you can introduce all the other Robins and the Bat family and just keep just going and going and going, kind of like the MCU did with like Tony Stark and I guess Spider-Man. There's a lot of ways they can do it, but I'm like, why are we having more Batman? I don't know. I think a lot of people don't really like the idea of having two separate Batmans, because it's like, what if the Brave and the Bold Batman sucks? You know, like, what if we don't like it? Yes, James Gunn did really good with, Superman, We all liked it. But this is the same guy who directed The Flash is going to direct The Brave and the Bold. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't have a lot of faith in that one. I'm just putting that one out there. I know it was a different universe, but I'm still like, I don't know. There's a little bit of me that feels like maybe they might do it because they didn't confirm anything for the Batman Part 2 until this movie was a success. So it's like, are they going to introduce Robert Pattinson's Batman? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. And the third one is, that kind of bothers me, is I really don't like the idea that Warner Brothers DC is constantly just was like, let's get an old man Batman for Superman. I know you guys want to do the Dark Knight Returns Batman versus Superman, but why can't it just be a younger Batman? Like, what is the fascination of this old man Batman constantly? You guys clearly failed with the Snyderverse Batman for an old man. Just make him young. And the other thing is too, it's like during the early 2000s, they wanted to do a Batman versus Superman when Superman Returns and Batman Begins came out. And they almost did it. Like, if Superman Returns was successful, we would have an OG Batman vs. Superman before the MCU, which is so crazy to think, like truly crazy to think. But Christian Bale was not an older Batman. So it's like, why didn't you guys just do this with this now? Like, give us the Robert Pattinson as a younger Batman. And the thing is, they both can make each other, build each other as better characters. And then when you finally do like a Batman versus Superman movie, it's going to be so much more impactful because we've seen both these characters grow so much by the time that movie comes out. If it ever does. Who knows? That's just how I kind of been thinking about this. And I just feel like, and I just want to talk about this for a couple minutes, just see what everyone else thinks about it. Because I would love to see Robert Pattinson's Batman on the screen with David Cornsweet's Superman on screen together. That would be so sick. Just because I really do like the Batman. I think it's arguably was my favorite movie of 2022. So, and I'm pretty sure 2027, it's going to be my favorite one. And it's coming out in October, so it's perfect. I just really like the idea of having these two characters because they are so polar opposites, which is what Batman and Superman are, but they learn to work together and they both help each other with their flaws to become better characters. And I think that's a really cool thing. Like, David Cornsweet's Superman could really teach and help Batman, show him better ways of just being a hero. Granted, in the Batman Part 1, we saw the character development from the beginning all the way to the end. It was awesome. But I don't know, it's just stuff that I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, this would be so cool, this would be awesome to have, but maybe someday. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What do you guys think? Should Robert Pattinson's Batman be in the DCU and not in Elseworld doing his own thing? Or do you think he should just be in Elseworld doing his own thing and we have an older Batman for Brave and the Bold with David Cornsweet's Superman? I would love to know down below. I'm more on the fence with Robert Pattinson's Batman just because it's like he's established already. We know this Batman. My biggest fear is what if the new Batman movie is just bad? And I don't want that. No one wants that. It'd be really embarrassing. So I would love to know what you guys say down below. And last but not least, stay safe, everyone.